Are you always wondering where your money goes? It's a question that many of us wrestle with, and it's about time we unravel the mystery. You see, financial struggles are more common than you might think, and they can affect anyone, regardless of their income. It's a topic that deserves our attention, and it's important to approach it with understanding and empathy. In the next few minutes, we will uncover common reasons why people often find themselves broke and provide practical solutions to these issues. One of the most common reasons for financial struggle is living beyond one's means. But what does it mean to live beyond your means? Simply put, it's when your outgoings, your spending, is more than your income. It's like trying to fill a pint glass with 2 pints of liquid. It simply won't fit, and you'll end up with a mess on your hands. Let's paint a picture. Imagine you're eyeing up a shiny new car that you've always dreamt of, or perhaps a designer handbag that all your friends are raving about. You know you can't really afford it, but you convince yourself that you deserve it. So you take the plunge, and before you know it, you're caught in a cycle of spending more than you earn. This is living beyond your means. The consequences of this lifestyle can be severe. It can lead to mounting debts, stress, and in extreme cases, bankruptcy. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you wriggle, the deeper you sink. It's a harsh reality, but it's crucial to acknowledge it. Living within your budget, on the other hand, is like having a roadmap for your finances. It's about acknowledging your financial limits and making choices that align with them. It's about distinguishing between your needs and wants and prioritizing the former. For example, you might need a car to get to work, but you want a luxury car. You need a bag to carry your essentials, but you want a designer one. Understanding this difference is the first step towards living within your means. And remember, living within your budget doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. In fact, it means the opposite. It's about finding joy in what you have, not in what you don't have. It's about appreciating the value of money and making it work for you, not against you. So, how do you start living within your means? Start by understanding your income and expenses. Write them down, categorize them, see where your money is going. Once you have a clear picture, you can start making smart choices. Cut back on unnecessary expenses, save for the things you really want, and spend wisely. The key is to understand your income and expenses and make smart choices to live within your means. Another reason people often find themselves in financial trouble is the lack of emergency savings. Now you might be wondering, what are emergency savings? Well, let's break it down. Emergency savings are funds that you set aside specifically for unexpected expenses. They're not for holidays, they're not for that latest gadget you've been eyeing, nor are they for splurging on a night out. They are there to cushion you when life throws you a curveball. Imagine your car suddenly breaks down, or you have an unexpected medical bill. Maybe you lose your job out of the blue. These circumstances are stressful enough without the added worry of how you're going to afford them. And that's where emergency savings come in. Having a financial safety net can make all the difference when you're faced with an unexpected expense. It helps you avoid unnecessary debt and keeps you afloat when you're navigating rough financial waters. But how much should I save? You might ask. Well, a good rule of thumb is to aim for at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This gives you a buffer in case of a job loss or a significant unexpected expense. Now I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a lot of money. How can I possibly save that much? It's true, saving up a substantial emergency fund can feel daunting. But remember, you don't need to do it overnight. Start small and make it a habit. Even setting aside a small amount each month can add up over time. Think of it this way. If you were to save just £20 a week, you'd have over £1,000 in a year. That's a significant safety net that could help you weather financial storms. And remember, it's not just about the amount you save, but also about building the habit of saving. It's about making financial resilience a part of your lifestyle, so you're prepared for whatever comes your way. Building an emergency fund is like investing in a safety net. It can protect you from unexpected financial shocks. Impulsive spending is yet another common reason why people often find themselves broke. Let's delve into the concept of impulsive spending, shall we? It's that sudden, irresistible urge to buy something without giving it much thought. It's the siren call of a sale sign, the lure of a limited edition item, the thrill of a spontaneous purchase. Sounds familiar? Impulsive spending can feel exhilarating in the moment, but its aftermath often brings regret, stress, and empty wallets. It's like eating a whole tub of ice cream in one sitting. It's delightful at first, but the sugar crash that follows? Not so much. The consequences of impulsive spending aren't just limited to the immediate aftermath, though. Over time, these spur-of-the-moment purchases can accumulate, leading to a mountain of debt and financial struggles. It's a bit like a snowball rolling down a hill, growing larger and harder to stop. Impulsive spending can also sabotage our financial goals. That dream holiday, the down payment for a house, or even just a comfortable retirement, these are all things that require diligent saving and smart spending. And every impulsive purchase is a step away from these goals. So how can we resist the allure of impulsive spending? The answer lies in mindfulness. Being mindful of our spending habits means being aware of our needs versus our wants and making conscious choices about our purchases. It's about asking ourselves if we really need that new shirt, or if we're just buying it because it's on sale. It's also about being aware of our emotional state. Are we shopping because we're bored or sad, and hoping that a new purchase will make us feel better? If so, it's worth looking for healthier ways to deal with these emotions. And finally, mindfulness is about planning our spending. This means setting a budget and sticking to it no matter how tempting that sale sign might be. Being mindful of your spending habits can help you avoid impulsive purchases and save money. Remember, every pound saved is a step closer to your financial goals. So resist the lure of impulsive spending and take control of your financial future. Lack of financial literacy is a major reason why many people struggle with money. So what is financial literacy? In simple terms, it's the ability to understand and use various financial skills, including personal financial management, budgeting, and investing. It's the knowledge that helps you make informed decisions about your money, whether you're deciding how to save, invest, or spend. Imagine you're navigating through a dense forest. Financial literacy is the compass that helps you find your way. Without it, you might find yourself lost, stuck in a financial wilderness, unsure of the path to security and prosperity. Often people who lack financial literacy find themselves making poor financial decisions. They might fall into the trap of spending more than they earn, not saving for the future, or investing in risky ventures without understanding the potential consequences. Let's consider an example. You have £2,000 in your savings account. You might be tempted to spend it on a new car, a vacation, or the latest gadget. But if you were financially literate, you would understand that this money could be put to better use. It could be invested, potentially growing into a larger sum over time, or saved for a rainy day fund to protect against unforeseen financial emergencies. Financial literacy isn't just about understanding the value of a pound today. It's about understanding the potential value of that pound in the future and making decisions that will help you maximize it. Now, you might think that financial literacy is only for the rich, but that's not true. Regardless of how much money you have, understanding how to manage it effectively is crucial. It can help you stretch your budget, avoid debt, and achieve financial stability. Improving your financial literacy doesn't have to be complicated. There are plenty of resources available, from books and online courses to financial advisors. It's about taking the time to educate yourself, to learn about the financial world and how you can make it work for you. Investing time and effort in improving your financial literacy can help you make smarter financial decisions. Remember, knowledge is power, and when it comes to your finances, that power can make all the difference. Scene script. Debt is another significant reason why many people find themselves in financial distress. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of what debt actually is. Simply put, debt is money owed by one party, the borrower or debtor, to a second party, the lender or creditor. It's like a financial seesaw. You're weighed down while the lender is lifted up. Debt isn't always a bad thing. It can provide necessary funds for large purchases like a house or a car. But, the trouble it can cause when it's not managed correctly. It's a bit like fire, useful when controlled, but destructive when it gets out of hand. When you're in debt, particularly high-interest debt, your money isn't entirely your own. It's promised to someone else before it even lands in your bank account. This can lead to a vicious cycle of borrowing and owing, and before you know it, you're stuck in a financial rut. The consequences of debt can be severe. It can lead to stress and anxiety, damage your credit score, and even lead to legal action from creditors. It's not a pretty picture, is it? But the good news is, it's not a life sentence. Here's the silver lining. Managing and reducing debt is possible, and it's crucial for financial success. Start by understanding your debt. Know the interest rates, the repayment terms, the fine print. Knowledge is power after all. Next, prioritize your debt. Pay off high-interest debts first. They're the ones gnawing away at your finances the most. And remember, every little bit helps. Even small payments can make a big difference in reducing your overall debt. Consider seeking help if it's overwhelming. Debt counselors, financial advisors, they're all there to help you navigate through the storm. It's also important to build a budget and stick to it. It's like a roadmap guiding you out of debt and towards financial freedom. And finally, consider creating an emergency fund. It's like a financial safety net, preventing you from falling back into the debt trap. Managing your debt effectively can free up your income and help you avoid financial struggles. Now that we understand the common reasons why people struggle with money, let's discuss some practical solutions. To start with, living within your means can be a real game changer. It's about distinguishing between the things you want and the things you need. Prioritize your needs first, such as rent, food, and transportation. Once your needs are met, then you can think about your wants, but only if you have the financial capacity to do so without borrowing. Make use of budgeting apps or simply a pen and paper to track your income and expenses. Building an emergency fund is like building a safety net. Life is unpredictable. You never know when you might face a medical emergency or lose your job. An emergency fund can provide financial security and reduce the stress of unexpected expenses. Start small if you need to. Even a few pounds tucked away each week can add up over time. Next up, let's tackle impulsive spending. We've all been there, making a purchase on a whim only to regret it later. To avoid impulsive spending, try implementing a 24-hour rule. When you see something you want to buy, wait 24 hours before making the purchase. If you still want it after a day, then consider buying it. More often than not, you'll find that the urge to buy has faded. Improving financial literacy is like giving yourself a roadmap to navigate the complex world of personal finance. There are numerous resources available online, many of which are free. You can read financial blogs, watch educational videos, or even take online courses. The more you know, the better decisions you can make. Finally, managing debt effectively is crucial. If you're in debt, make a plan to pay it off as soon as possible. Remember, the longer you take to repay your debt, the more you'll end up paying in interest. If you have multiple debts, consider using strategies like the snowball method, where you pay off your smallest debt first, or the avalanche method, where you pay off the debt with the highest interest rate first. Remember, financial wellness is not just about making more money. It's about making the most of the money you have. It's about being smart, being disciplined, and being prepared. By implementing these strategies, you can take control of your financial situation and avoid being broke. We've discussed a lot today about why people often find themselves broke and how to avoid it. Let's take a moment to recap. We started by exploring the trap of living beyond our means, the enticing allure of a lifestyle that our current finances cannot sustain. We then delved into the importance of having emergency savings, a financial safety net that acts as a cushion during unforeseen circumstances. Our conversation moved on to impulsive spending, a habit that can slowly but surely drain our resources without us even noticing. We also talked about the lack of financial literacy, the need for understanding how money works, the importance of savings, investments, and budgeting. We addressed the burden of debt, a heavy weight that can keep us anchored in a cycle of constant financial struggle. But it's not all doom and gloom. We also discussed practical solutions, steps you can take right now to start turning things around. From budgeting to saving, from investing wisely to reducing and managing debts, there are ways to navigate out of financial hardship. The key takeaway here is that financial management is crucial. Making smart financial decisions can help you avoid falling into the trap of being broke. It's about understanding where your money goes, how to save it, and how to make it work for you. Remember, the first step to financial freedom is understanding why you're broke and taking steps to fix it. You can do it. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, or share this video and subscribe to this channel about personal finance and investing.